Hello BookTube, Books with Banks back again, and today I want to give my video going over what I plan to read for the month of April 2023. What I plan to finish up, carrying over from last month, from March, and what I plan to start and read all in April. If you haven't already, it would mean a lot if you could please like and subscribe, but without any further ado, let's get into the 5 or so things that I'm excited to read. So first, I'll mention this, I'm almost done going through the audiobooks of the 3 currently out Path to Ascendancy books by E.N.C. Esselmont. This is the 3rd one, Kellenved's Reach. I should be finishing up listening to this audiobook really early in this month, in April, and yeah, there should be a video, a book review I have of this coming out pretty soon here. I know the UK release of book 4 in this series, I think, is early April. The US release isn't until like a few months later. I think it might be late May, early June, something like that. I'm going to try and see if once it hits shelves internationally, I'm going to try and see if I can get a copy somehow, buy one and have it sent or have it shipped. I hope that can work, and I hope I can at least start book 4, Forge of the High Mage. Again, that's book 4 in E.N.C. Esselmont's Malazan prequel series, The Path to Ascendancy is what that series is called. But yeah, definitely finish up this audiobook. Hopefully I can get my hands on one of those copies of Forge of the High Mage. So there's those things. Then, sorry if people are bored of me talking about ICFA and the amazing conversations that I had there, but I met one Matthew Oliver there, who's a professor, and he wrote this, Magic Words, Magic Worlds, and I'm really excited to get into this book, and I know very little about lit theory or narrative theory, narrative analysis, and I am just really excited to get more into this type of thing and see what someone I've met now, what they have to say about it. Apparently there's references to Malazan in here. I think there's references to Donaldson and to N.K. Jemisin. So really looking to start this. It's not the biggest book, so it wouldn't take me like the most amount of time, but I do plan on being pretty thorough, taking a decent amount of notes. I might not finish this month, or I might not finish this by the end of April, but I do want to get through at least like the first section or 2 of it, just to get my feet wet a little bit. So there's that, Magic Words, Magic Worlds, Matthew Oliver. Then also, speaking of ICFA, someone kept mentioning that nobody writes or researches or analyzes the work of Charles G. Finney, and one of Finney's most famous works would be The Circus of Dr. Lao. I've never read this. It's very short. I'm excited to dive into it and see what it's all about. Apparently it came out, I think it came out in 1935. I do kind of like these old books though. That was smelling kind of nice, sorry if that was weird. But yeah, I'm excited to read The Circus of Dr. Lao, see what I think about this, apparently this classic of the genre. Then, speaking of classics of the genre, I think this month I'm gonna at least start to dive into Edgar Rice Burroughs, and I'm going to read A Princess of Mars. This is book 1 in the John Carter of Mars series. I'm very excited to get into these. I'm not sure if or when I would try the Tarzan stuff, but definitely Princess of Mars, definitely maybe even the Venus books or the Moon books. Those I'd be curious to give a try at some point, but this is my primary focus as far as getting into Burroughs, trying to educate myself a little better on the origins, or not the origins of the genre, goodness, but the earlier 20th century kind of history of the genre. So Princess of Mars, I'll read that this month. Alright, next, my fiance and some of our friends have read the series, started to read the series, and they've suggested that I might be into it because they know I like fantasy, and it is a big name in the genre, sort of. So I am curious to give it a try and see what it's all about. And that would be Sarah J. Maas's Court of Thorns and Roses. This series, I'm not exactly sure if the series itself has more like an actual name, but this is book 1, Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm interested to get into this and give it a try, see if it's for me or not. So that'll be definitely something that I at least start in the month of April. And then, last but not least, this came in the mail the other day, and I'm really excited. I've already watched a few, or listened to a few non-spoilery conversations about the book on YouTube, on BookTube, but I will be reading Philip Chase's The Way of Edan this month. And I plan on definitely, I want to read and get to all of that other stuff. If I had one thing that was my priority, it would be to read this whole book this month. So yeah, I'm really excited to get into this. And I've been hearing that the stuff with the priest is really cool. The main characters may be a little annoying, but like not in a, I know that sounds, how can I say he's annoying, but not in a bad way. It doesn't seem like anyone is frustrated with how annoying he is. It seems like it's good writing still, and part of the story. I'm really excited to get into the book, kind of piece together a little better those comments I've been hearing, that critical response, which from what I understand is overwhelmingly positive. Very much looking forward to Philip Chase's The Way of Edan. So these all here are, for the most part, what I'm planning to read in April 2023.